Absolutely, and taboo hit by Chris Kunis as well. He really caught Simone Gagne good with an elbow to the head. Both Downey and Kunis suspended one game this morning, and I'm sure the league took a really good look at both hits and took the appropriate actions altogether. We've talked about it before. We see it again in action here. Game 3, active officials making a bad call. Alex Kovalev called for goalie interference, which set up the power play goal from Marty St. Louis, who's really been a massive factor in the series to this point. And so the first period would end with the Penguins up 2-1. Second period, tightly contested both ways. Really great chances. And by the way, Fleury with another great performance. But no scoring in the second, and that takes us to the third. Then again, the theme of the third, officiating, is a call to Paul Martin for interference. But, partner, when you look at the play on the replay, Paul Martin is on his rear end on the ice with LeCavier standing right over him. So was that another bad call?
Absolutely. I mean, I thought that this one was not quite as bad as the call against Kovalev, who basically got cross-checked right into the crease. But the call against Paul Martin was almost like a phantom call.
And once again, another penalty on the power play. A goal from Marty St. Louis would tie the game at 2, but then it would be our Iceberg player of the game, Tyler Kennedy, scoring just seconds later to kill the Tampa Bay momentum, and that would be the game-winning goal. Partner, after Kennedy's contributions this year, is it going to be difficult to re-sign him?
I really hope we bring Tyler Kennedy back. You know, I mean, he's done so much for our team, and he's always there right when you need him for that pick-me-up kind of goal or that late goal that we got in the third period. You know, he's always there when you need him. So I think we really should try really hard to sign him again.
Absolutely, and I know for myself and many Penguins fans, he's certainly become a fan favorite. We all want to see him stay a Penguin. So the Penguins beat Tampa and have the series lead 2-1, and we'll take that into Game 4 Wednesday night in Tampa. All right, folks, we're going to take our first break. When we return, the latest on Sidney Crosby. Stay tuned. Welcome back, folks. Penguins captain Sidney Crosby has missed the last couple practices before today, although we did see him with the head set in those first couple games. He did do an off-ice workout Monday, but no practice on Monday. Then this morning, Sid returned to practice, but Marc-Andre Fleury, James Neal, and Craig Adams reportedly were not present. There, of course, have been rumors of memory loss for Sid. Partner, what do you make of all the rumors and speculation that floats around day-to-day pertaining to Sid?
It's just that. I mean, we don't know. It's hard to call it. And I don't think we should be just so quick to say, oh, this is what's going on or this isn't what's going on. I think we're going to need time, and it's the same time that Sid's going to need to recover. And when he's ready, he'll be ready. I mean, that's pretty much what it is.
Absolutely, and now more than ever, Pens fans really hoping to see him back. But if it's not meant to be, we'll see him next year, and that's just the way it's been all year long, taking the sort of sit back and wait approach at it. And at the beginning of the series, the Tampa Bay coaching staff said they were prepared for a possible Crosby comeback, but I think it's going into Game 4 Wednesday. A comeback for the series now looks unlikely, and unfortunately at this point all we can do is wait. As for the other three we mentioned being absent from practice, do you think it's just the time to give them a rest?
Absolutely. And I mean, you listen to the comments from other teams on injuries and related issues, and it's mostly fans that are concerned about things like Sidney Crosby's return, because other hockey players mostly want to see other hockey players come back and play. It's the fans that are like, I'm not sure, you know. Absolutely,
and we hope that we get to see all of those players that were absent from practice tomorrow night in Tampa for Game 4. All right, folks, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about some of the other playoff series going on in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Don't go anywhere. We've got plenty more rolling your way on the Iceberg. Welcome back, folks. Well, thus far, it's been a great playoff action, not just in the Penn series, but in the other series as well. Partner, what's your favorite playoff series been so far?
I've really enjoyed watching the Red Wings take on the Phoenix Coyotes. It's been high-paced. It's been really solid. I also have been enjoying Buffalo versus Philly because whoever wins, we win, right?
Absolutely. And, a great series between two great teams, certainly without the use of Zetterberg on the Red Wings. Some of the other guys have had to step up. Pavel Datsuk, always a big factor. And again, Ryan Miller for the Buffalo Sabres has certainly been doing well against one of the better teams in the NHL. As for myself, I love the Anaheim-Nashville series. It's been a series between two teams that nobody wanted to face going into the Western Conference playoff picture, but they're playing each other. Of course, we all know about that Ryan Getzlaf-Perry line that's been so productive this year, but Nashville has been using its own key players in this series with Shea Weber, Patrick Hornquist. Mike Fisher has certainly made some kind of impressive push in the series, and of course, the stellar goaltending of the 6'6" Pekka Rinne. So as it is, Nashville leads the series 2-1, but I don't doubt that this series could go 7 games, and it's certainly an entertaining series to watch. How about that Boston-Montreal series? Montreal underdogs once again, but like last year, they're proving that they're tougher than people are giving them credit for. What do you think about that series, partner?
I think it's really great, but I think it's turning into some of the stuff you saw in the regular season, for better or worse, with Pouliot going after people and all of the people still mad about the Chara and Max Beck situation and all the stuff that happened in the regular season just coming back to playoff fruition.
Absolutely, and these two teams have played more than any other two teams in playoff history. Montreal made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals last year before being knocked off by the Flyers. Here's a stat for you. Boston Bruins are 0-28 all-time in the playoffs when starting a series down 0-2. And, of course, they've cut into that deficit with a win over Montreal last night at the Bell Center. So many great playoff matchups. Of course, we don't have time to get to them all tonight. Kings and Sharks, another great one. But send us your questions, your emails, your opinions to caseystamp@yahoo.com. We'll be happy to answer them. All right, folks, we're going to take our final break here. When we return, as always, game prediction, fan emails to wrap up. Stay tuned. Welcome back. And our inductee into the Iceberg Hall of Fame this week is Larry Murphy. Larry Murphy, an all-time great Penguins defenseman, was with Pittsburgh for both of their Stanley Cup runs in 1991 and 1992. Murphy was a 3-time All-Star, finished with a career total of 1,368 points. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2004 and ranks 5th all-time in scoring among defensemen. And now on to game prediction. All right, partner, Game 4 of the Pittsburgh-Tampa Bay series coming up tomorrow night in Tampa. And, of course, the Penguins did a wonderful job playing their game in the win last night and to take the home crowd out of the equation. But no Kunitz for the Pens, no Steve Downey for the Lightning. How does these suspensions affect both sides?
Well, the loss of Steve Downey for a game affects the physical ability of the Lightning, but the loss of Kunitz for the Pens is a lot bigger because he provides more than just physical ability. He provides scoring, assists, penalty killing, and leadership. So more of a loss for the Pens.
Absolutely, and certainly both players will be missed by their respective clubs. Partner, after these suspensions, do you think we'll start to see more caution, maybe less physical play in the series, or do you think it's just going to continue as is?
I think both teams are going to keep it up and continue to charge ahead full steam. So I don't think you're going to see any difference whatsoever in the amount of physical play.
All right, Saturday night, Game 5, back at Consol. Partner, what do the Pens need to do to avoid a repeat of the last game at Consol?
They need to build on the successful games, the wins, Game 1 and Game 3, and maintain that same type of high speed, put it all on the line, crash the net type of play.
Absolutely, and it's a tightly contested series thus far, and it continues tomorrow night in Tampa as the Penguins will look to take a 3-1 lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning. All right, we're going to take a couple of fan emails now. This one comes to us from Jason in South Carolina. Love to see hockey fans in a non-traditional hockey market, he asks. It seems like Marc-Andre Fleury has been keeping the Pens in the series to this point. Their offense and power play haven't been excelling. Now with the suspension of Chris Kunitz and maybe even less, does this series only go as far as Marc-Andre Fleury takes it? That's a good question. Jason, thanks for asking. I don't know that the offense has been stagnant in any stretch of the imagination. They took a 2-0 early lead last night in Tampa Bay. They scored 3 goals in Game 1, 7 goals altogether in 3 games for the Pens so far this series. Of